That ending. Yeah, obviously I didn't get around doing the episode review back in on Friday through this weekend, but I got to talk about the episode because I mean that was the best episode we've had in the series, and arguably one of the best episodes of television for Disney Plus in a while. I mean, we're not done with the series yet, obviously, so I can't give my proper comparison for WandaVision in terms of whether I liked it better or not. But oh god, would I say I liked that episode better than a single episode of WandaVision? It's arguable. It's arguable. I'll say the line from WandaVision, "What is grief if not love persevering," is still the line of the year, basically. I mean, but like Bucky's line of, if he was wrong about you, maybe he was wrong about me, still a great line. But I mean, this episode, the acting, the pacing, the reveals, the action, the little bits of humor we still get sprinkled in there too. Like this was a masterfully crafted episode. A lot of people have been pointing out that opening scene, and that was really what struck me when I first watched the episode was that opening scene in Wakanda with him and Isle, I think that's her name, where she's helping him, just seeing the results of their effort to basically free him. And that look in his face as he's getting there, she's going through the words, and the more she's going on, the more quicker she's getting to the end. He's to be like, it's not going to work. He's about to break, and then get to the end. And he's like, I'm okay. He's like, you are free. You're free. And you just see him break down. It's like this is the first time he's truly been himself in decades, probably over a century. Like that, it was so beautifully acted out. And and we get that more. See, I've heard people say it's like I don't want Ao and Bucky to be romantic, and I'm glad at the moment it's not a romantic relationship between them. But I thought about it more. I'm like, first up, if they decided to go that route, as long as it's done properly, I don't care if they got a thing going on. But right now, I'm glad it's more like respect and camaraderie that ultimately ends up in kind of betrayal on both their parts when we get to that fight. And Boss Damio with the Damio James, where she just his arm falls up, and he just looks like shocked and hurt and betrayed, whereas she's just pissed as like you kept Zemo from us. But I would actually, if we were to go with a route where they maybe like there's more there, maybe because we don't know what Bucky's time there wasn't very long, but we don't know what really could have gone on there. And I would like to see a scene later on. I'm not talking about romantic, but where like maybe in episode 6 they do meet up. Maybe he's sitting at a bar, just kind of going over everything that happened in his head, just kind of thinking about it and recollecting and all that. And maybe Io comes in, and and they have a moment like just sitting together, kind of like apologizing to each other. Like he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry for everything." And he's like, and she goes, "So am I." And it's like he's being being part of the Dominage. There's a lot that's required and a lot that's expected, and we have such a strict honor of that code that. Sometimes you lose focus of the other things around you, and you're just so, but I would love to see a scene like that. And furthermore, I actually don't mind the idea of them being like maybe a romantic couple down the line, because it would be a really unique idea for someone from Wakanda to be involved with someone, to openly be involved with someone outside of Wakanda. Because we know that's the deal with Killmonger's dad, is that Killmonger's dad fell in love with a woman. We don't know what happened to Killmonger's mom. And obviously he had them, but he was also out in the world and all that. But what if someone, particularly a member of the Dora Milaje, were to be like, I have feelings for this man, but he's not Wakandan? Like, what's the politics behind it? How would that affect like the relationships like in Wakanda and outside Wakanda and their relationship? That's an interesting idea. I wouldn't mind seeing. Like that would be a really cool idea to see. And obviously it doesn't have to be them. Ultimately, would I prefer them to stay like platonic? Yeah, I'd probably prefer them to stay platonic. But that doesn't say I wouldn't like the concept to be explored more. But yeah, I mean, you get a lot from everyone in this I was about to say chapter, but episode. You get to see Sam in like doing what he does. I heard it put very well that everyone who basically rushed in failed. Everyone who was too impatient and wanted to get their justice done failed. And when you think about it, Carly, too impatient, wanted to kill Captain America, failed. Killed, Battlestar, killed Battlestar instead. Hoskins killed him instead and failed. Her mission, the whole terrorist thing, she thought they had demands, but ultimately all they did was push up the stuff they were trying to prevent. So she failed in that as well. Bucky, not Bucky, the Dora Milaje, when they came to get Zemo and that fight broke out, they ultimately failed to get Zemo. Walker is the big one, he failed. But when Sam and Bucky went and did and honestly, Zemo too, because Zemo was patient. Zemo is a masterclass of patience here. He is planning God knows how many steps ahead. I've heard it put best. He's playing chess while they're playing checkers. Because he was about to kill Carly. He shot Carly. And he actually nearly destroyed all the super soldier serum. Like, he nearly succeeded. Now, to him, the only ones left are, like, the Flag Smashers and now Walker himself. And Bucky exists, but we've kind of gotten the implication that he's generally okay with Bucky because Bucky didn't seek out the super soldier serum. What Zemo seems to be against more than anything is the idea of super soldiers, but particularly wanting and striving to be the super soldier. That idea of supremacy and that ideology. That's what he seems to be more against than anything else. And the whole concept of super soldier is about supremacy and ideology. It always corrupts. And Bucky has that great line. It's like, didn't corrupt Steve. Touche. But then Z was like, but there's never been another Steve Rogers, has there? It's like, yeah, Steve was the exception. Like, he really was what Erskine was looking for. He was looking for that ideal, pure-hearted, good man. Just be a good man. Goodness becomes greatness. Bad becomes worse. Because that's like that conversation with Walker and Hoskin. I believe that was Hoskins, right? Where it's like, would you take a serum? Hell yeah. Even what it does. I mean, he had the idea down where it's like, it amplifies you. So whatever is in you, it amplifies. But he pretty much was like, it was pretty much just the simple good, evil, good turns to great, evil, bad turns to evil. The problem is it's the bare bone truth of it, but there's more than that. Walker, it's clear. Walker, especially when they bring up the Medal of Honors again, Walker is traumatized by war, and he probably has some sort of PTSD. And the fact is like when we find he takes the super soldier serum, it's clear he's not right. And when he crossed that line at the end, like they'll say that ending for the end. It's clear, like you can still see him. He's twitching. He's got these tics. He's not well. He's not well. And that translated over. He's so desperate to prove himself and be that hero. Because at the end of the day, it's clear he's a good person. But the super soldier serum is much more than just you need to be a good person. You need to be that good. You need to be that moral North Star. And that's just not what Walker is. He's a good man. But from the beginning, he's been failing at everything. And the weight of the mantle, of the name, of the legacy of Captain America has been weighing on him this entire time. And it's finally the breaking point, man. That breaking point. There's that great conversation. We've now also hit the point too where Carly is, I think, a little. I don't know if she's unredeemable, but we still got 2 episodes left. But she's getting there because she's now killed people. She's killed innocent people, and she threatened Sam's sister and his nephews. All for a point. It's like, I could come visit you in the backyard. It's like on the docks, like. You don't. She thinks she's the hero, but Sam has that great conversation with her, and it's just because you're killing people doesn't make the world better. It just makes it different. And she's like, you're either brilliant or a complete hopeless optimist. Like, can it be both? Like, no, it can't. And he has that bit. This guy, he's knows about as much as you can about super soldiers. Says you're a supremacist. It's like, those are what I'm fighting. It's like, and those people you kill means to an end, and I do it again. And he goes, wow. And she realizes what she said, thinking that he tricked her. But when you really look at the scene, it's like, you tricked me to say, it's like, I didn't make you say anything. You said that. I gave a reaction to what you said. That's all I did. You're the one who said that. And you can see it. Like, he was getting through to her, and Walker had to jump the fucking gun. Like, Walker is a good person, but he's clearly, it's clear he cannot handle the stress that that the mantle of Captain America puts on him. It's just something he's not capable of dealing with, at least not in the current fashion. So when Battlestar, his best friend, dies, Battlestar was basically his moral compass, because he's the one who basically even persuades, like, if we can talk her down, there's a chance. If there's a chance for that, we should probably take it. And ultimately, it unfortunately ended with Hoskins saving his friend too. Let's be clear: Battlestar got caught, got beaten, and ultimately came in and saved his friend, his best friend and partner, only to have his life lost. And my God, was that shockingly brutal! Like, his back just broke against that column, and he just goes limp. I'm like, oh God. I mean, that entire fight sequence, like the Dora Milaje fight sequence, was fantastic. It was also funny too. It's like, you're looking strong, Walker. Like, we hate Walker, we really do. But it's a tragic thing too. Walker is just a guy trying to do the best he can. I heard a lot of fans were kind of giving the actor hate. Wyatt Russell's his name, or Kurt Russell's son. But it's like, he's playing the character. It's not his fault. Give the actor slack here. It's not the actor's fault. Calm down. But at the same time, you're playing a bit of a douche perfectly. And it's more that it's just the fact that he's not Steve Rogers. That's, I think, the thing, is that he's not Steve Rogers. He's John Walker. And that whole final fight sequence, first off, was brilliantly done. Like, whenever 101 is super soldier, like, Bucky got overwhelmed the first time because he wasn't expecting super soldiers, and there was multiple of them. But when that one guy got on him, it's like, I'm the Winter Soldier, bitch. And just boom. It's like, yeah, now stay down. Man, but yeah, that final scene where he just murders the man in cold rage. And that's the thing too. Yes, it's a terrorist. Yes, his group is, that person alone may not have killed him, but he killed people. But the group killed people. But ultimately, he was beaten. He was unarmed. He was surrendering. He's like, I don't know where she is. Like, his hands were up. And Walker does the finishing move that Cat did for Tony, except all he did was shore out Tony's powers. I've heard a lot of people bring this up too. That's the difference between two of them. Steve was only trying to stop Tony from continuing to kill Bucky. This guy Walker wanted him dead. And it was really well pointed out. It's like, that was the guy who was always like, I used to look up to Captain America and all that. It's like, so to have the symbol of Captain America, that shield, those stripes and that star, be the last thing you see as it beats you to death, is so tragic. And then that final shot of Walker standing there and everyone looking at him, and everyone's got this on camera now. I'm wondering, because we did get a teaser for episode 5, I'm wondering, based on the scenario, if Walker is actually on the run. Because, like, he was like, oh my God, what? No, this is not what we wanted with our Captain America. No, Walker, you need to come in. No, I'm Captain America. And in the teaser we get, it's like, you guys don't want to do this. And then Bucky just looks down. Yeah, we do. He's like, oh, shit going down, son. But yeah, you see Bucky, and you see Sam, and you see Carly in the crowd too, and she's like just shocked and mortified what she just saw. It's like, he killed him. And Walker's just standing, and the blood is covering the bottom of the shield. Oh my God, it's so brutally powerful. It's awesome. It's dark, and look, it's kind of telling about this next phase of the MCU. That they're willing to go outside the normal bounds that because they've definitely experimented with genres before. They've experimented with some different tones, but the MCU has always had a relatively consistent tone. Like the few films that I would say don't feel immediately MCU are probably some of the earlier ones. Hulk, Incredible Hulk, for example, is probably one of the ones that feels a little less MCU because it just feels like it was shot differently. That was an MCU was just starting out. But other than that, when you watch an MCU film, most of them on some level feel like an MCU film. Like there is a tone. There can be underlining dark themes. Winter Soldier is a great example of that. It's very much like a Tom Clancy spy thriller. It's great. Thor: Love and Thunder, on the other hand, Love and Thunder, Ragnarok, is a comedy. It's very funny, but it's also there's a lot of dark. Asgard's destroyed. Odin dies. All that. So Infinity War and then Endgame, seriously. Where then you get like heist film and Ant-Man, you get like a cosmic, like mind fuck with Doctor Strange. Like they've done a lot of different things, but they've always generally stayed within a consistent tone. As I move my arms to emphasize the point. Plus, there's a little delay on my computer, so it is kind of fun to watch this. Anyway, but yeah. Then WandaVision came and like this is new territory. Like they're tackling themes and subject matters in WandaVision, dealing with loss and pain and acceptance, and dealing with that. Like damn, like they're tackling some mature themes. And now we got this where it's talking about things like accountability, icons, symbols. What does it mean to be a hero? And where does that line cross? Like, and like this, I think this is because we haven't seen Black Widow yet. I'm not gonna count Black Widow in this because Black Widow got pushed over a year. It's in July right now. Hopefully it'll stay there. I think that's the last push they're doing. Yeah, but Black Widow, take Black Widow out of the equation, and actually take Eternals out of the equation as well. Because though Eternals might be something you could count in there because both of those got pushed back quite a bit. I'm wondering what Loki's gonna bring, what Hawkeye's gonna bring, because those two are still coming this year. What Shang-Chi is gonna bring, what Doctor Strange 2 is gonna bring. Thor: Love and Thunder. Like a lot of these Netflix series, a lot of these Disney Plus series are so far hitting the mark and hitting it hard. I am really interested to see what I'm salivating now for like the next episode. Like, why can't it be here right now? I want it right now, please. I don't know why I would do this voice, but I felt it was needed. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. I absolutely can. So, yeah, what'd you think of the episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, whatever, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks next time.